Close your eyes for 3 seconds. Think about the last time you watched the news and thought, this is it. This is the moment everything changes.
In breaking news,
that
the
moment
capital
is
under
tonight.
siege. We are seeing reports
Somewhere
of
in the
explosions
Persian
near
Gulf
the
right now,
government.
the most precise military operation since the Gulf War is unfolding in real airspace, real water, with real consequences.
The
And
red
if
dot
it
is moving
fails
faster
by
than
even a
anticipated,
margin,
Commander.
your energy bill doubles by Monday morning.
Patch me through to the
Before
ground
we
team
go
now.
further, drop a comment. How long did you think this fuse would burn before it finally exploded? Kharg Island. 22 square kilometers of coral, steel, and crude oil sitting off Iran's southwestern coast. It handles the majority of Iran's oil export capacity and is threaded into global energy markets like a needle in a vein. For 40 years, Tehran's entire strategic doctrine rested on one assumption. Kharg is untouchable. Touch it, and oil prices explode. Touch it, and you hand Iran the propaganda victory of the century. So they built around that assumption. They buried command bunkers 60 meters into coral rock. They installed layered air defense systems, rivaling anything in Russia's catalog. They positioned IRGC Marines, fast attack craft, and missile batteries around the perimeter with one message written in steel. Come here and regret it. The insurance policy just expired. To understand tonight, you need the last 18 months. Since the Gaza conflict erupted in late 2023, the region has been on a hair trigger. Houthi forces attacked over 100 commercial vessels in the Red Sea. IRGC-backed militias in Iraq launched relentless drone strikes at US and Israeli positions. The world absorbed it again and again. 2 weeks ago, everything snapped. Iranian-supplied cruise missiles and Shahed drones struck civilian energy infrastructure in a US-allied Gulf state. 17 workers killed. 3 facilities burning on international television for 48 hours straight. Tehran's message was unmistakable. We can set the world's fuel supply on fire whenever we feel like it. What are you going to do? Washington and Jerusalem answered quietly, in classified briefings, in the dark hours before dawn. Tonight is that answer delivered out loud. Watching from Europe or Asia, you feel energy shocks personally. Tell me in the comments, was this response necessary? 1 a.m., the digital lobotomy? The attack begins not with sound, but with silence. U.S. Cyber Command severs Kharg Island's entire command network.
The
radars keep spinning, the missiles stay in their tubes, but nothing talks to anything else anymore. One battery commander sees clear skies. 3 kilometers away, his counterpart's screen floods with hundreds of phantom contacts. They are no longer a system. They are isolated, expensive, and about to become irrelevant. 1:30 a.m. The ghosts. B-52S, loitering in international airspace, release waves of mauled decoy munitions, cheap electronic phantoms mimicking large strike aircraft. The IRGC sees a massive air raid on their screens and does exactly what their training demands. They fire. For 35 minutes, Iranian interceptor batteries spend years of strategic stockpiles shooting down targets that don't exist. Worse, every launch broadcasts their precise radar coordinates to every American sensor in the Gulf. They are screaming their own location into the dark. 2 a.m. The invisible hunters. Ask yourself, what does it feel like to believe you're fighting off a massive air assault while the real threat is already directly overhead and completely invisible to you?
Multiple incoming contacts.
F-35C fighters from a U.S. carrier strike group have been inside Iran's theoretical kill zone for over an hour. Their radar signature is roughly the size of a golf ball. The Iranian systems that cost hundreds of millions to develop are sweeping empty sky. The stealth jets release AGM-88 anti-radiation missiles weapons built around a brutal logical trap. Keep your radar active to search for us. The missile homes on your emissions and kills you. Shut your radar down to survive. You go blind and we destroy you anyway from GPS memory. No correct answer exists. Both paths lead to the same place. Within 20 minutes, every long-range radar on the island is either destroyed or dark. 2:15 a.m. The Warthog. The IRGC deploys its surface response, dozens of fast attack craft racing out of harbor pens to swarm coalition naval vessels. They weren't expecting a 10 Thunderbolt IIs skimming the wave tops at 500 feet. Iran's strategists had dismissed the A-10 as an aging relic. That mistake cost them their entire naval defense of the island in under 15 minutes. Every vessel, every crew gone before achieving visual contact with a single coalition ship. The fleet built to close the Strait of Hormuz becomes burning wreckage before it matters. 2:30 a.m., the impossible shot. Now comes the moment that defines everything. IRGC command infrastructure is buried deep in reinforced coral rock, and it sits within proximity of active oil terminals that feed 20% of global energy exports. B-2 Spirit stealth bombers arriving from thousands of miles away deliver GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator munitions, the largest conventional bombs in the American arsenal, directly into hardened underground bunkers. Simultaneously, F-15E Strike Eagles use two 50-pound precision glide bombs to surgically remove surface military targets, missile launchers, radar trucks, communication nodes. Some of these targets are 50 to 60 meters from active oil pipelines. The pipelines are untouched. The terminals are untouched. The pumps keep running. Comment right now, do you actually believe precision warfare at this level is possible, or does it seem too clean? This debate is happening in every defense ministry on Earth tonight. 2:45 a.m. The backstroke. Tehran activates its second strike option. IRGC militia forces in Iraq's Anbar province roll Fateh 110 ballistic missile launchers out of hidden bunkers, targeting U.S. air bases. They don't get a single shot off. A 10S and MQ-9 Reapers have been holding silent station over the Iraqi-Iranian border for 3 hours. The moment the launchers appear in the open, exposed, committed, irreversible, they are designated and destroyed before reaching launch sequence. Simultaneously, Israeli long-range strike aircraft hit IRGC logistics nodes in Syria, severing Hezbollah's precision weapons resupply corridor. 2 theaters, 1 unified targeting logic, 0 gaps. 3 a.m. The Tomahawks. Here is what makes the entire sequence click. 45 minutes before the first cyber operation began, Arleigh Burke destroyers in the Central Gulf fired Tomahawk Block V cruise missiles. Subsonic, slow, deliberate. Every minute of the preceding campaign was sequenced to fill exactly the time those missiles needed to cross the Gulf. When they reach Kharg's coastline at 3 a.m., there is nothing left to stop them. They navigate by onboard camera and terrain-matching sensors, verify targets in real time, and strike the IRGC's submarine pens and military fuel infrastructure with clinical finality. The sequence is complete. At 6:30 a.m. London time, global energy markets open. Brent crude barely moves.
It can't be real. Look at the
Not
volume.
because traders don't know what happened. They know exactly what happened.
No, hold the line.
Because
It's
the pumps are
stabilizing.
still running. For 40 years, the IRGC bet their survival on one idea: that their military presence and Iran's oil exports were permanently fused, that you could never separate the weapon from the resource, that this made them untouchable forever. Tonight proved the fusion was always an illusion. The Forbidden Fortress isn't forbidden anymore. It's just an island. What does this change? Does it end the conflict or open a new and more dangerous phase? Drop your analysis below. This is the most important geopolitical question of the year, and I want to read every single one of your takes. The sea is quiet. The tankers are moving.